What's up, guys? So today I just wanted to make a video about honestly talking about one of Final Fantasy XIV's pretty much best systems in the game. And if you haven't played Final Fantasy, or maybe you're getting started in Final Fantasy, you're new, or maybe you don't even know it all, one of Final Fantasy's greatest systems is level and item level syncing. And again, if you don't know, item level syncing is basically it allows you to experience the content the way it was intended to be experienced. And as the title says, with level sync and item level sync, based on the content you were doing, and this is any sort of content, any instanced content, including fates, which are the quests you do out in the world, anything, all of that, any content is instanced, is synced. Is level and item level synced. And what it does is that it syncs your level down to what it is meant to be, basically at that point in time. So, for instance, let's say you were doing the first dungeon in Final Fantasy, Sastasha, everyone is going to be lowered down to level 18, which is the max syncing level for that content. And the entry level for the content is level 15. So if you're level 15 to 17, or sorry, 15 to 18, you will be that level. And if you're above level 18, you will be synced to level 18. And why I think this is one of the best systems in the game is honestly because that literally makes all content in Final Fantasy playable and is completely able to be experienced the way it is intended to be experienced. And that is something that one of my favorite games, like I said in my previous video, WoW doesn't have. And literally just any sort of content in this game has level sync. All of it does. It doesn't matter that Shadowbringers is the current expansion. It doesn't matter. All of the content that you will do in this game is going to be synced in some sort of way. There is an option to turn it off if you want to farm, let's say, mounts very quickly and just kill the boss in like 10 seconds, of course. That is an option if you want to do it. But in the case that you are just queuing normally, you will be synced. And that's why I think it's one of the greatest systems that this game has, because everything in this game, like I said, is able to be experienced the way it is meant to be experienced. All raids in Heavensward. Those raids are amazing. I think they're so much fun. And it's the same thing with the Stormblood raids. I think they're awesome. They are super, super cool. There's so many mechanics that are awesome in those raids. And if this game was WoW, you wouldn't be able to experience those mechanics technically, because minus certain events that happen in World of Warcraft, there is no such thing as syncing. Like, there's just no such thing. Like, when you walk into that raid, you are going to be your level, and you are just going to kill everything if it is past content. You're just going to murder everything in seconds and just smash through it, and that's that. And that's alright if you don't mind that. But Final Fantasy has the system of level and item level syncing, where it just allows you to be the level of that content. It's like the level of the people that did that content back when that was the current expansion. You are that level, and you are synced to a certain item level so that it is balanced. And that is just one of the best systems that Final Fantasy has. Like, there is so much content in this game that a lot of people don't even know about. There's a lot of people that haven't done the Heavensward raids. There's a lot of people that haven't done the Stormblood raids. I know there's many people that haven't even done the Realm Reborn raids in the beginning. There's so many people that haven't done these things. And we have systems in this game where you can go in there and you will be synced to that level and be able to do that content like it was meant to be played. And you also have even more systems on top of systems where you can actually make it a minimum item level raid, or any sort of content, which basically means that the game will automatically sync you to the lowest item level possible to play that content. and it makes it difficult. Like, it starts to make content back in older expansions not only playable but difficult, and that just allows for so much more like playability in this game, replayability in this game. There's a lot of shit to do in this game. There really is, and that system alone just changes a lot. It changes so much because, like I said, it just allows for so much replayability in this game. So much. Any A Realm Reborn raids, Alliance raids, dungeons, side content dungeons, anything like that. All playable through item level syncing and level syncing. And if you want to do it in minimum item level, which requires a full group of friends, 4 people if you're in a dungeon, 8 if you're in a trial or a raid, you will require that many people to do minimum eye level. But if you want to do it, you can do it. And it'll be difficult, just like how it was difficult when that was current content. It's the same thing with Heavensward raids, Alliance raids, and everything, dungeons. Like, if you want to do minimum eye level, go ahead. It'll be difficult, just like it was back in Heavensward in 2015. Same thing with Stormblood, and even the same thing with Shadowbringers. You can do minimum item level runs in Shadowbringers, and it makes you feel all the depth of those raids. Like, it was current content, and that is something that is amazing. Like, we're in 2021 now, and you can go back and do 2013 A Realm Reborn content, like the Coils of Bahamut, in a minimum item level run, and experience it like it was meant to be experienced in 2013. That's just something that is amazing in this game. Like, it is completely admirable how they did something like this. It just allows for so much replayability in a game that has so much content, and that's just something that WoW doesn't have. Like, you have you have all of these vanilla dungeons, Burning Crusade dungeons, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, everything, every single expansion, all the raids and stuff too, all of them, and it just, you can't do them. Like, you can. Like, if you are leveling a character now in Shadowlands, you will be synced when you're doing dungeons, which is a good start. But the thing is, once you reach a certain level, that just doesn't happen anymore. Like, you can't go back and sync to a certain level, an item level, and do those dungeons again when you're max level. And to me, one of the more disappointing things is you can't go back and do the raids, sync to a certain item level and do them over again with friends. It's just, it seems like something that would work so well in WoW and would allow for more replayability of all of these raids that have so much depth and awesomeness to them. And yeah, with all of the systems that WoW has, with the lowering of values of stats, the lowering of levels, all that stuff, it would be really damn hard to try and make a system like this work. But even then, like, just seeing this type of system in WoW would be amazing. There would be so much more stuff, so much more side stuff to do, side content. And that's something that WoW fails on too, is side content. Like, WoW, you just go and do your, what you need to do. WoW, I mean, in Final Fantasy, you can do whatever you want. And item level syncing and level syncing just makes it so... It just makes it so good. Like, you can really, truly experience the way content was intended to be just through the syncing system in this game. And I absolutely love it. I've done a couple of A Realm Reborn trials and minimum item level syncing, and it's fun. It is so much fun. Like, I did a run with 7 other friends, including myself, so 8 of us, to do Leviathan minimum item level. And it took a while. It took like maybe 8-9 minutes just to beat Leviathan, comparative to how you would usually do it in a normal level sync Leviathan run, where you'd kill it maybe in 3 minutes, because it's old content. The game is just like, all right, we're gonna sync them to this item level because it is old content, so they will run through it quickly. But if you do minimum item level, you truly get to experience the way it was meant to be experienced. We also did it for another Heavensward trial as well, 8 of us, and it was pretty difficult. I think we had a couple people die on mechanics where maybe we thought it was pretty easy, but then it just killed us. And, you know, everyone's healths were dipping as well. Like, this content, when at minimum item level, gets difficult. And that's what makes it even better, is that there is some sort of difficulty to it. Like, it becomes more enjoyable. You think more. Like, you actually have to play it like it was current content and think like it was current content. This system just makes things a lot more enjoyable. You get to experience the way it is meant to be experienced, and it's something I wish maybe WoW would have. And I don't know if other MMOs have systems like this. I know Elder Scrolls does, but if WoW had this system, it would be really, really hard to implement, but it'd be really cool to have. But to wrap all this up, pretty much, Final Fantasy's greatest system, one of their greatest systems, item level syncing and level syncing. Most of us don't really think about it, but it is truly one of the greatest things that they have added to this game. It has added so much replayability to a lot of this content that if it was another MMO, we wouldn't be able to play in pretty much the way it was meant to be experienced. So that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to talk about item level syncing and level syncing in Final Fantasy. I appreciate you watching up to this point, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.